To me, the building feels a bit like a cloud, almost dreamlike, which is in such contrast to the hustle and bustle of the city. My name is Liz Gardner, and I am a designer at Bodega Ltd, and this is our project Maison Bodega. So the building is a little bit of an anomaly. Even our architect, Toby, and I have talked quite a bit to identify like what its style is. It seems to be a hybrid. So we're located in Minneapolis, a couple of blocks from downtown, in a neighborhood called Loring Heights that is characterized by historic or heritage homes. So when you enter Maison Bodega at street level, you enter Bar Agnes, which we've lovingly named after our Siberian Husky, and then you can go up into the main level, which includes the kitchen and the ballroom. While it's a humble one, it operates as a bit of a hybrid space for us. It's where our team sits during the week to co-work together, and it's also where we host events, dinners, plays, and other kind of public-facing programming. So the original brief of the project was a live workspace. So when we're thinking about the requirements for a kitchen for a live workspace, we really wanted to be able to have that commercial space or capacity, but we also knew that we would be making our morning coffee in the space or having dinner with friends. So it needed to kind of embody a full spectrum of scales, and that's why we chose to work with Fisher & Paykel. You have to work within even spatial constraints, and so we were looking for appliances that were powerful, but also could accommodate the right scale. And I think that something like a cool drawer or even the dish drawers, they're petite and powerful, and I think that was something that was really important for the size and scale of our kitchen. Because of the sort of hybrid use of the space, we knew we wanted to have cool drawers on the island in the main imprint of the kitchen, but we've also created this extension of the kitchen that we call the larder that allows for additional refrigeration. So that is where we chose to put a more traditional upright refrigerator, and this allows us to have both the feeling of like a line in a professional kitchen, and then the additional refrigeration gives us a bit of a pantry feel or a larder. In our laundry room, or kind of pantry extension of Bar Agnes, we have a stackable laundry set. When it comes to materials decisions as it relates to the kitchen, we obviously have the constraint of the stone, but we knew that we didn't want to have a fully wood kitchen. We wanted to have an interesting material wrapping around our cabinets and even our appliances. So knowing that Fisher & Paykel allowed for this integration to explore something like unlacquered brass as a wrapper and container for their products is really compelling for us. So in a process like this, we really wanted to honor and respect the heritage of the building, the structure, the materials, the processes, but then we also needed to modernize it. We really grounded that decision-making process in the idea of time being made visible, and that only putting things into the space, even if they're modern, that felt like they could have been there all along, or could be a living finish and age in a way that could feel cohesive with this time that was already present within the walls, the floors, the material story, and just kind of the essence of who she is. The gardens are really key because they kind of reinforce that idea of something like inside and outside. So I love the idea of kind of building out a garden that we could then not only nurture in the kind of that daily way that gardens like require, but then it also impacts like how we would bring those garden elements into the kitchen. Now that the space is kind of in its most complete state, it's really wonderful to live here. I feel like we've been able to create a space that accommodates that live-work approach, and something that we're really excited to be able to be a part of, to be honest. It seems like it has an essence and a life of its own that we just are lucky to be a part of.